So this is the answer key to lesson 2, which was on the Japanese American internment camps. And lesson 1, you guys got a little bit of background knowledge on that, where you learned that basically what happened is after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, there was a pretty anti-Japanese American sentiment in the United States. And as a result, FDR, the president, authorized war relocation camps, which were basically camps for Japanese Americans living on the western coast of the United States to go to kind of sit out the rest of the war in terms of kind of protecting, I just use air quotes, you can't see me, protecting the United States from espionage or sabotage. So this lesson basically looked at both sides of that argument, and then you had to decide on your own which side you agreed with. The video that I posted here that was optional, it was definitely more anti-internment camps in its kind of point of view. However, I thought it was still a pretty good video to show you what the purpose of the internment camps was and exactly what was happening in them. So you had to look at the documents in the link and complete the table, reasons for and against. So in document 1, it talked about how the Pacific coast of the United States is in danger of attack because of enemies already inside America. And obviously the author, Walter Lippmann, was talking about the enemies inside America being Japanese, who are already living in the United States. And then he argued that even if Japan's not going in a position to attack mainland America, they attacked Hawaii, but they did not attempt to attack the continental United States, the enemies currently in the United States could organize sabotage that could eventually lead to spilling of secrets to the Japanese military and eventually danger in the United States. Other reasons for internment camps in document 4, the Japanese Americans, it was that political cartoon that says all packed up and ready to go. It said by going to the internment camps peacefully, the Japanese Americans are being led out of harm's way, so that's protecting them. Immediately following the attack on Pearl Harbor, there's a lot of anti-Japanese sentiment going on, a lot of discrimination against Japanese Americans. In some instances, just refusing to shop in their stores. In other instances, violence would ensue. So that was the reasoning behind this cartoon was, we're protecting them. And in the cartoon, it also talked about how the loyal Japanese Americans were going into the relocation camps. Document 5 was the J. Edgar Hoover one, I believe, and that was that there's a lot of public pressure to do something, and the government has to listen to the people. And then he also did say it was controversial, so I have documents 5 and 6 kind of on both sides. Document 6 is a photograph of Japanese American children that are saying the pledge to the flag, and it depends on how you interpret it. I don't know how you interpreted it, but one way that I think you can is that the Japanese American kids are showing loyalty to the United States by going to the camps. They're saying the pledge, they're showing nationalism for their country, and they're, going to the camps to show this nationalism as well. In terms of reasons against the internment camps, document 2 was in the Korematsu versus the United States case. Korematsu was a Japanese American who refused to follow the order to go to the internment camps, saying that it violated his civil rights as an American citizen. And it was a really close decision. I think it was a 5-4 decision on the Supreme Court, where the majority obviously said that during wartime, it's necessary to take precautions. The federal government can expand powers and take away civil rights. But 2 justices, disagreed with that, and they dissented. The first one, document 2, said that basically the internment camps are unconstitutional and a little bit racist as well, because it was only applying to Japanese Americans. There were no camps for German Americans or Italian Americans, who we were also at war with. Document 3, another dissenting opinion, said that Korematsu, and by extension all Japanese American citizens, is first and foremost an American citizen. He was born in California. That's where he's lived all his life, and he has these full constitutional rights. Document 5 was that J. Edgar Hoover one, where he was talking about there's a lot of controversy, there's public pressure to do something. He argues that, we can take away the rights of non-citizens. It's okay if there is a family and the grandparents are immigrants but they don't have citizenship, but they had children who were born in America and therefore are U.S. citizens, the parents aren't should not be detained, but the grandparents who are not born here should be detained, was his argument there. And then in document 6, that photograph again of the children, talked about Japanese American kids that are showing loyalty to the United States, and if they're loyal, they're not going to do anything to hurt the United States, so they don't belong in camps. So I just wanted to know your own opinion on it, so hopefully you did that. And this basically kind of talks about, it's very present in the war. These were all documents speaking about what was happening during the war. In the 1980s, America did apologize to, the U.S. government apologized to the Japanese Americans by giving them, I guess you can call it reparations of $20,000 to survivors. A lot of Japanese Americans argued that that wasn't enough to, replace the 4 years that they had lost in the internment camps and the jobs and the education they had to forego. You guys are, looking possibly at colleges and careers after high school. A lot of these Japanese teenagers who were about your age, had scholarships to schools, were accepted into college, and then couldn't get in after the internment camp, so their futures really were harmed by it. So, want to know what you think? The United States did apologize. Was that enough? That's up to you. Did they need to apologize? I'd love to hear your opinions. So for the final project, the flip grid, even though this is very present in the war, I still want you to kind of utilize this knowledge of how America presented the war to its citizens via the internment camps, and how the Japanese Americans might have thought of the war with the internment camps as well. Let me know if you have questions.